Hello everyone, welcome back to Printables Simplified. It's Taryn. We are in week 2, and this week we are going to be we're actually going to be creating our one-page printables. Last week we talked about everything legal, so hopefully you got your terms all squared away with whatever clip art and images and fonts you're going to use. Hopefully you have your brand colors picked out. If you're a blogger, you have your top 10 posts picked out and you know what you're going to create this week. If you're not a blogger, I know a bunch of you reached out to me and are not bloggers, and that is completely fine. It's just going to take, I think, a little bit more creativity because obviously you can't just go to Google Analytics and look up your top 10 blog posts. So just do what you can. I mean, if you have a store, you can obviously see what products are most popular. If you I don't know, if you create anything, you know what your audience likes and responds to. So hopefully you have something to look at and see at least what's popular in whatever you're doing, and you can create printables for that. I mean, you obviously signed up with this class for a reason, so you want to create printables. So just do the best you can with what you have. Okay, so this week, we're going to create one-page printables. I want you to go to canva.com. You can follow along with me right now while you're watching this video and create a printable with me. Obviously, you're not going to create the exact printable that I'm going to teach you how to create for your audience. Make it your own. But you can create yours alongside with me, or what you can do is just watch this video tutorial and, once through, take notes. I gave you a note page that you can take notes on, and then go back through it again and watch, and then create yours the second time you watch it. So either way, so I'm just going to take you through a few little tips in Canva, and then we'll get started creating a printable. So I do have Canva for work. It is not required for this course. But I do suggest it because they give you a lot of different options. I have a blog post that I linked last week in the group explaining why I use Canva for work and the different options that they give you when you use it. So I think it's super helpful and I like having it. So if you don't use Canva for work, you may not have all of the options that I do, but that will not hold you back at all. You can do this completely for free. So, okay, if you go into Canva, first thing you'll see on the left here, this is where you'll create all your designs. You can find your templates over here. These are my folders. I think I talked about that in my blog post, that I create folders just so I can keep my work organized, and if I need a template, I can find a template. If I need stock photos, I know where those are, my planners, that kind of thing. So it just kind of helps keep my brain organized. This is my brand over here. I did talk about this in my blog post, but I'll just show you real quick. These are my brand colors, my headings, subheadings, and then down here I have fonts and logos. So that's where you would find that. If you have a team, you can create a team here and give them access to everything. If you have a VA or something like that, if you're creating with somebody else, that's there. So these are my designs over here. I'll just scroll through this real quick so you can kind of see. They're all here, and then you can see like some of them. Where are we here? Yeah, some of them down here. So this is in templates, this is in public templates, this is in 10-day homeschool series, templates, homeschool series. I'm doing a homeschool series right now, which is why it's kind of inundated with that stuff here. But that just tells you where these printables are in these folders over here. So if I go, say I went over here, let's see, I have templates over here, one-page printables, this is my homeschool planner, 10-day series. So it just kind of helps you stay organized, I think. Okay, so we're going to find, actually I want to show you one more thing. Find templates over here. If you go to the left, I know somebody in the group asked this, if they have to purchase templates if they want to make a planner. I think that was in the group. You can go here and use Canva's templates. Now Canva is free, so the templates are free, but I have to say for free, I think they've got some amazing templates. And if you're creative, you can change these templates to use as you wish. I have a hard time, to be perfectly honest, looking at a template and like envisioning how I can change it. I don't know. I mean, I've gotten better over time, but my husband's the one that can do that. He can look at something and see what it can look like in 5 years or whatever. I just have a tough time with that. So I have used some of their templates, but for the most part, I make my own. But I want to show you 50,000 templates here. So if you look right here, you can browse the templates. And they have a ton. So calendars are always super popular. You can go in here and you can just change their templates. You can use your colors, your fonts, your images. You can get rid of these images here. You can change the text. So, I mean, they really do give you a lot. I mean, this one's pretty. It's a small calendar, but that one's pretty. Let's see. If you are a blogger or a social media influencer or anything, you should have a media kit. Now you can create your own using Canva's templates over here. Just again change everything around, input your stats, and voila. Planners. Planners is a good one. You can see all of these planner options. Just change them around and you're good to go. And yes, you can use these. You can use these up to 2,000 downloads. So if you do think you're going to have more than 2,000 downloads, which would be awesome, you'll have to get a license from Canva. But if you're not, you have permission to use any of their templates for free. So I think it's pretty good. Okay, so we're going to create. If you see over here, I'll show you what we're going to create. I'm going to create this weekly checklist. It's a cleaning checklist. And actually, this is not how I even wanted to pull this up, is it? Hold on a second. Where's my templates here? Here we go. Okay, so I have these in templates. So I can use this as a template, and next week I'm going to show you how to do that. You'll be able to create your own templates, and then the cool thing is I have this saved and I can use it as a template, so when I push use as template, it's not going to change my original here. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so all I did here was push use as template, and then this comes up over here, and you can change anything you want. You can get rid of every single thing on here, and it will not change your original. So I just wanted to show you that. So this is what we're going to try to create today. So I'm not actually going to use it as a template because we're going to create one, a blank one. So you're going to go to create a design, you're going to click US letter. You can create any kind of printable you want, but for this I'm going to do a US letter. And then again, you have some layouts that are over here. Most of them are more image heavy, so it's up to you if you want to use those. Like I said, I just choose not to. So I'm going to go to text and create my header. Now I have Canva for work, so my heading, my subheading, and my body text, they are all my brand fonts already. So I can literally just click heading and start typing. Let's see, weekly, if I can figure out how to type, weekly cleaning. Now these are in lowercase. If you want all caps, you just click these double A's here and it will do it for you. So I'm going to just change the colors. Again, these are my brand colors. You can have as many as you want in here. You can keep adding palettes. So mine are already in here because I have Canva for work. So I'm just going to drag that to the top. And then I'm going to just do a little subheading. And change the color. And then I'm going to bring that up. and make it bigger. And another neat thing I like about Canva is the spacing. So I want this to be kind of spread apart. So I'm going to change the letter spacing here, about there, and just kind of do that. Now on my other one, I have these little dotted line here. These took a long time to do. So you can do that in Elements, and they're just dots. They're 3 little dots that are there. You just have to kind of copy over and over and change the colors. So for time's sake, I'm just going to do a line on this one. Let's do that one. I love how Canva helps you center everything with other lines. You can see when I pull this over, see that blue line in the middle there? That tells me that this line is centered. So let's see, we'll do that. Alright, then we're going to make those boxes. So I go to Shapes, select this one. Now you'll notice that this is very thick. So all you do is you go to the corner and you make it as small as you want, the lines. We'll do about that. So that is the thickness of the line. So now you just take the sides and you can move it over. Again, that's centered. And then I'm going to, just so all of my boxes are the same, the lines are the same width, I'm going to come over here and copy this. And I'm just going to make the smaller boxes here. I don't know if those are the exact size that I need. It's kind of just playing around with it at this point. So I'm going to copy one, line that up, and copy again and see if it fits, and they're not going to. So I'm going to get rid of this. It's kind of just playing around at this point. So I know I have to make this slightly wider. Let's try that. Copy, copy. I always do the outer two first. And that's fine. Now I'm going to use my arrow keys on my computer to just move that over slightly. And there we go. Now, so I don't have to make 3 more boxes on the bottom, I'm going to put my little cursor over here on the side, and I'm going to select these 3 boxes. Then I'm going to go up here to Group and copy. And there we go. So now these are together, and these are together. So if I want, I can make these bigger, I can make these smaller, because they're grouped together. So, and I think I made these a little bit small actually, but that's alright. So I'm going to move these down, and then I'm just going to move that down a little bit. You'll get the idea. Okay, so we have the basic framework. I'm going to go back over to Shapes here. I'm going to click the square, and these are just going to be for my titles up here. I'm just going to stretch it all the way out, and there we go. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger just so I can make sure that these are going all the way to the edges here. So again, I want them to be the same, so I'm just going to copy and then make it smaller to fit this box. And once it fits, I'm going to copy that. That one's not centered. Okay. And I'm going to change all the colors on these in a minute. I'm just using my arrow key to kind of pull them over one. Alright, I think those are lined up. Okay, so now remember these boxes were grouped, so I'm going to ungroup them. And I guess they're not now. Did I ungroup them? Yeah, I did still. Alright, so I'm going to ungroup those. There we go. Ungroup. So nothing is grouped now. Alright, so now I'm going to create little check boxes inside of these boxes. So same thing we already did. You're going to just make these as small as you want the lines to be. For check boxes, I usually try to do about 25 by 25 here. Once I have that, I'm going to just copy. And not move that. Nope. And let's see here. I'm going to do this an easier way. Go over to lines, select line. Again, make this as small as you want your line to be. And then stretch it out. Line it up with your little checkbox. I'll make that smaller. Okay. Now I know this is kind of weird, but I am going to just move this over a little bit and I'm going to get rid of this, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to group these together so I can copy. Oops, I lost my thing here. There we go. And I'm just going to keep doing that, and Canva tells me when they are aligned. Copy. Move it over. It's kind of time consuming, but once you get the hang of it, it's not that bad. Alright, so those are that. Alright, now again, I'm going to ungroup all of these, because what I'm going to do is group them all together so that I can just place them in all the other boxes. I think I skipped one. Yep. Okay. I'm just moving all kinds of boxes, aren't I? Alright, move that over. Okay, now select all these, group all of those, that way you can copy. And then you can just place those in your other boxes here. Okay, so now that we've got that, we have this one down here, so I'm just going to move it up, copy, centered, copy, and then for the top one, it is going to be a little bit different, but I am going to copy it just because I want it to look the same, and then I'm going to ungroup those. And I'm just going to get rid of the couple on the bottom there. And lengthen these lines. It's kind of fun trying to grab these. So hopefully you see how I'm just waiting for the blue line to show up. That way it tells me where to stop. Right there. Okay, so my boxes are done, my lines are done, my check boxes are done. Now I need to change the colors. So I'm going to leave that top one, this dark pink. I am going to ungroup this. And then I'm going to group this whole thing here and change the color. Again, my brand fonts are already in here, so it is super easy. I have to ungroup the check boxes inside here. And then just group this whole box. Group and change the color. Those didn't change. Darn. Should have changed. You'll see that this kind of box things pops up. Change all the pink to the green. I could do that, but it's going to change the entire page. So obviously I don't want to do that. Sorry about that. I don't know why I didn't change those. Alright, let's try that again. Ungroup. That one worked. And I'm going to leave that one the pink. Alright, then I'm going to go over to text, and I'm going to add some subheadings. I'm going to do Monday. Center that. I'm going to make those white so they stick out on those colors. And then I'm just going to copy those. The other thing you want to do is pull these tabs all the way over. And then you know that your text is centered in this box here. Tuesday. Help if I spelled correctly, right? Alright, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and how about weekend? And I'm going to copy once more and go up here. And we'll say zone cleaning. I go by zone cleanings. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but that's what I try to do weekly. And then pull that all the way over so that one is also centered. I use this subheading text to just put in my blog name. And change the color, make it small. And just bring that down here. Ideally, I would have made these a little bit bigger. These boxes a little bit longer because I don't really like that space down there. But you get the idea. I guess what I could do is ungroup all of these here. And probably bring them down. Let me see if I can do that. Oops. I don't know if you guys can hear wind. I hope not. But I'm outside. Ungroup. Okay. Did I miss one? I feel like I missed one. No? Alright, let's see. Alright, so now this whole thing is grouped. I'm going to bring that down. And then I would bring that down. I just like that better. And these are not grouped, huh? Hopefully you can kind of understand what I'm doing here. So I just moved this box out of the way because I couldn't quite grab those check boxes in the lines in order to group those. So now that they are grouped, I'm just going to bring them down and center those in the box. I like that better. So there you go. There's a weekly cleaning checklist. So like I said, you don't have to create this exact thing, but hopefully this gives you a little bit of an idea what you can do. You can create lines, you can create check boxes, you can create boxes now. And printables, most people go for lists. So if you can create any kind of calendar, any kind of checklist like this, that's what people go for. I've also created plenty of like coloring pages for kids and actually some coloring pages for adults, some wall art, things like that. So you can create those kind of things, but I think a checklist is a really good place to start no matter what your niche is. So hopefully this helped. I also forgot to mention in the beginning, I'm going to leave you a bunch of links below this video. Canva has some tutorials themselves on how you can select font pairings and how you can select colors, color matching, things like that. So those are super helpful and I highly suggest you look at those. So I'm going to leave those down below. Please ask me any questions. I may try to do another tutorial later in the week. We'll see how the time goes. If I have time, it might be a blog post, it might be a video tutorial. We will see how that goes, but please ask me any questions. Create your own printable and then post it in the group so we can critique. I would really love to see it. We can help out, we can give each other feedback, we can give each other ideas. This is a small group and I wanted to keep it that way just for that reason, so we can really all share ideas and just kind of get close and not have to worry about, you know, this big huge group where we get lost. So I hope this was helpful. Post in the group. Get comfortable creating printables, and next week I will see you for multi-page printables. All right, thanks a lot. Bye-bye.